Hey, this is Brooke Crater, founder of Experts in Empires, where we teach badass entrepreneurs simple, proven marketing strategies to increase their income and create better results. I had the honor this week of attending a Spark and Hustle event in Denver, and I also had the opportunity to meet Tori Johnson. For those of you who don't know Tori, she is a regular contributor on Good Morning America, and she's got a ton of credentials. She is a media and publicity superstar. She's on a 20-city book tour, so she's in Boston, Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, San Diego, I mean, you name it. She's in all the big cities, and the cool part is she's filling the room in every city she goes to. And her events got me thinking about maybe hosting a live event is your next step. Maybe that's the next thing that you want to add to your marketing mix. I actually used to own an events planning company, and I've done a lot of events. My clients have done a lot of events, so I have definitely seen some huge wins, and I have definitely seen some doozies. So I think I have figured out what works and what doesn't, and it's taken me years to develop my live event success formula. But what I wanted to do is, if events are for you, if that's something you're going to add to your marketing mix, I want to talk about 6 things quickly that you need to consider when planning for your first event or your next event. It's totally up to you. First thing is your audience, and it scares the hell out of people to think, am I going to be able to fill a room? I don't care if you have 10 seats or 2,000 seats. That's the biggest challenge for a promoter or anybody who's ready to host an event. It takes a lot of marketing and publicity and promotion to put those butts in seats. So it's not just one email one time. But your audience, like the people in your network, the number of people you have in your network, are a direct reflection of the number of people that you're going to be able to get to your event. So you don't necessarily have to have direct access. They don't have to be on your customer list. But you better have potential partners, joint ventures, media contacts. There better be a lot of people that you can tap into in your network to be able to help you drive awareness and attendance, okay? So the first is your audience. Probably the most important piece, because you hate to put together an event and have nobody show up. Second thing is your promotion. So I've seen a lot of people think, well, I've emailed 10 people that I'm doing this workshop, and then nobody showed up. And I'm like, one email, folks, one time doesn't work. It takes a tremendous mix of all these different promotional activities to drive attendance and awareness. So it could be your e-zines, solo mailings, blog posts, advertising. I've included a list below, but it really is limitless. And some of these things are free and are very easy for you to leverage, and some of them are paid. But your promotional calendar is so darn important. Don't skip this step. Don't be that entrepreneur who says, well, I sent out one email, why didn't I sell out, okay? The third thing, and it ties in with your promotional calendar, but the third thing is your scheduling. So often, many of my clients, especially the ones that are getting ready to add events, are like, well, how far in advance do I need to plan? And a good rule of thumb is if it's anywhere between, let's say, 10 and 30 people, you probably need about 90 days. I was going to say 30 days. That's not enough. About 90 days. But I've seen people who host events where thousands of people come, and I guarantee you they are planning that event at least a year in advance. So it really depends on the event size. But the reason a schedule is so important is there's so many things to put on that schedule so that your event is executed flawlessly. So all of your promotional things. So every time you're going to do a social media post or an e-zine, or you're going to have a sponsor meeting, or contracts have to go out to your vendors who are participating, whatever that might be, that's why it's so darn important to have that schedule. The schedule is also important because the logistics, depending on how big your event is, can be crazy. So here's the date I have to have my venue selected. Here's the date I have to have my audio video stuff done. The scheduling is so important. So please don't try to throw together, I don't care if it's a 3-hour event or a 3-day event, it takes longer than a week. So don't forget the scheduling. Okay, the next piece is the logistics. So how many of you have been to an event where there's 100 women in the room and 2 bathrooms? That's terrible logistics, right? Or audio visual sucks, or the lighting's terrible, or it's cold in there, or you had to park like 40 blocks away to get to the event. All of that is in the logistics of putting an event together. And that's why having that schedule is so darn important too, because I guarantee you if something goes wrong, you're going to be remembered for the wrong reasons for a long time. So give yourself some time to plan for that, because a well-executed event can do such great things for your business. Okay, number 5 is, I love to talk about this one because it's not fear-based, it's creativity-based, right? How can you drive additional revenue to your event? So of course it's obvious that if you're charging ticket price or admission price, you're going to make money off registrations. But what else can you add that's going to boost the bottom line of your event. So some cool things might be that you're a platform speaker, and from the stage you offer a product, a service, a program. Another opportunity is to sell sponsorships, and there's a lot of small business owners that miss that piece, and there are companies who want to connect with your target audience, I guarantee you. In addition to sponsorships, it might be that you add a trade show piece or a component. So adding vendors can help you mitigate your risk and your financial exposure. Get really creative. There's no right or wrong with adding revenue streams, but have fun with that one. Speaking of revenue streams, I really want to say to you, have a budget. So understand what your hard costs are, what the venue is going to cost, what your promotional tactics are going to, cost you, and what it's really going to take for you to make money. I've seen so many entrepreneurs lose their shirts and their faith because they didn't have a budget or they didn't understand what it was really going to cost to do this well. Don't be that person. So it is absolutely worth your while to say, here's what my exposure is, here's what I need to make, and how I'm going to make it to guarantee my event success. So a couple of things. One, if you are interested in learning more about my live event success formula, email me, info@expertsandempires.com. Second thing is if you've hosted events, share your experience. I want to know how it went, what went well, what went wrong, like what are some things that some of the other people in this community could learn from. So if you comment below, I will watch that section and I will definitely respond to your post. I totally enjoyed our time together today. Hope you did too. See you next time.